TUMI became something that was come about as a relationship and a partnership with Prison Fellowship and World Impact. And based upon relationships there in California, Keith Phillips, matter of fact, when Chuck was alive, Chuck was involved in some of the fundraising, some of the work that was being done, because what we're seeing is that if we could bring this message of seminary training, preparing a prisoner for ministry, seminary type involvement while they're incarcerated, preparing them to be released, and releasing them to the urban centers around the nation. Now you think about it, church tends to back off those that are in prison. Matter of fact, most of you, if you were senior pastor, you would be very hesitant to open your doors sometimes to those that have a felony record. Well, you don't know it, but 700,000 come out every year. They're close to 2 to 3 million in prison. Matter of fact, in reality, there are over 1.7 million children that have incarcerated parents. Right now, the recidivism rate for the nation is somewhere about 67% of those that come out of prison end up going right back to prison within 3 years. So it's something that we have to deal with. So, man, if we could recruit from the prison those that have a heart for God, not just excited to go to church, but we can train them for ministry. They actually will go back to the same urban area where they committed the crime, the same urban area where their children live that are being raised, the same urban area where the victims are that are very offended possibly that this crime was committed, the same urban area where the peers that led them probably to do the crime still right there waiting, but they come back prepared and trained for ministry. So for me, that's exciting, because not only are we in the prison bringing life, discipleship, encouragement, we're also now coupling this with a seminary within the walls. Listen, it's training the preacher of preachers, because I tell you something, those guys inside the walls, they're on fire. That's what a real church is. You want to know what a real church is? Go to prison. I'm sorry, I have to say that another way. Don't break the law to go to prison, but I encourage you to maybe go in by invitation to go to prison. But I'm telling you something, those guys in those walls, they're excited, they're on fire. When you couple that with training, they have something now to look forward to. This is vocation, a vocationary training. They're looking for somehow I can make an impact now. I can succeed once I leave this place and never have to come back. So we're excited about our partnership. We're exploding in California right now. We have some people that saw TUMI in a smaller way happening, and Don is actually the voice. It was great. I just actually had a chance to meet Don just this week, but his face is the face of TUMI inside the prison. So Don is actually in prison too. Amen. We release him just to come out and see you guys from time to time. But his face is the face of TUMI in prison. But what happens is they're getting it and they're receiving it. So it was going so well. We have donors all throughout California said, listen, we want it in every prison in California. They have a TUMI. We're in Michigan and Florida. And now what you're going to hear about, we're even looking now at based upon what God is stirring among you, yourselves, a TUMI is coming forward within the walls. And I just want to say to you, get ready. I tell you something, I really believe some of the great leaders that have been overlooked will be right there, that will come out prepared to make a difference and change what has formerly been the urban atrocities will end up being urban revival. And I just want to encourage you that way. Good to meet you, glad to see you, and I'm praying for all that's taking place here in Wichita and in Kansas.